Hey everybody, what's going on? Doug. Um, yeah, I know it's been a little while. Probably about a month. Just stuff's been going on. Just stuff in my life's been going on. I just can't, I can't help life. Uh, yeah, I know it's probably the last two videos you probably haven't seen my face. So if it looks like I've gained some weight, I have. Um, it's just due to, um, you guys know what I have and my depression and all that. So I'm not going to go into a lot of that. If something else changes, I'll probably say something. But for right now, I think what I'm going to be focusing on more now is more good stuff. So what I'm going to be talking about today is I got something I've been working on now for about a month. Well, over a month. It's just not polished yet. It's still in the process of being worked on. Probably in the next, maybe not the next video, but maybe in a couple videos, I'm going to dedicate a little more video, a little more in depth of this little thing I have here. Um, just to give you a little show you guys what it is. And no, it is not a four-port Ethernet hub either, so it's not that. Um, this is just the case that it's in. Um, this case was only $1 at Goodwill, so what's in it is what's important. So let me crack this open and show you guys. I apologize for any snapping and stuff in advance, so people with headphones, I'm truly sorry. Um, so open this up here. And what we got here is called an Orange Pi PC Plus. Now, what I use this for is for a media center. An all-around media. If I keep looking up like this, it's because I'm looking at my screen. I keep looking at the screen to make. Yeah, never mind me. Okay. Um. Anyway, where was I? I use this for a media center. Um, all around media center, like for Cody, for my retro games. Um, this thing is pretty good. It's pretty cool. Um, as you can see, it's if you guys aren't familiar with these, um, there are other small boards like this called Raspberry Pi. Okay, this is called Orange Pi. They have Orange Pi, Banana Pi, Raspberry Pi. It's actually making me hungry. I'm sorry. Um, it's meant to be a joke, but anyway. um, but anyway, I want you guys to see the ingenuity of what I had to do with this. There were actually screw bosses and stuff that I had to actually file down all throughout here. I'll show you on the top just to give you an example. Up in here, here. I'm trying to see where about say anywhere like you see where it's like been scraped off or filed down. Up in here. So, um, roughly the same points that are actually a little lower, so everything is actually filed down to pretty much smooth. So, to actually get this board leveled where I wanted it, I actually used popsicle sticks and hot glue. So really, I covered this up, you can't see it. Um, but anyway, that's not what makes it work. What does make it work is this Allwinner H3 processor. Okay, the camera will focus a little better. I don't know how much better you guys could see that. But anyway, it's Allwinner H3 processor, and I think it has 1 gig of HDDR3. Yeah, HDDR3 in it. Doesn't sound like a lot, but to run these emulators and Kodi, it's enough to run with this processor because it kicks butt. Um, so anyway, and it has like 8 gigs of storage, which is fantastic for me. Um, Now on the bottom here, there's a little card you could put in here. Mine has a 16 gig, um, 16 gigs of stuff on it, and it's nice. It's spring loaded. I could find a slot. I'm sorry. So yeah, I mean it's got the software to run it. It's on, and plus I have the ROMs that are on it. I can put the ROMs on it separately, um, which really a lot of people can't tell you where to get the ROMs. You can get the ROMs other sources, um, but what it does run, I'll tell you off the bat what it does run. It runs Retro Orange Pi, um, and it runs Emulation Station, which will run RetroPie, which you go into Retro Orange Pi, Retro Orange, um, which is basically uh, RetroPie. It's the same. It's just built for this board. But you have your power switch over here. You've got a camera. Some of this stuff doesn't really, concern me, but it might concern you. But there's a little power switch here. If you're going to run Android, which I've tried, it doesn't work for me. There's a camera mount here, or camera connection here. You have your GPIO pins. I mean, everything's standard on here, as would be for a Raspberry Pi. If you don't know what Raspberry Pi is, a lot of people will tell you it's pretty much standard. But you have your power, your HDMI, and I believe this is audio, and that's it. This does have Wi-Fi. That's what this little antenna is for. This little antenna right here that I have glued down with hot glue. So, on this side here, you have 2 USBs here, Ethernet, and another USB here. Now, when you get this, if you happen to get this, just be warned that some of these USBs may or may not work. Guaranteed at least one or two are going to work. I think this one here on the end doesn't work for me, which I've heard in the forums. You could probably go into forums and look, and they'll tell you a lot of people have been having problems with these. But that's the only problems I've had. So what you're better off when you get it, get like a hub. Get like a USB hub, like a 4-port USB hub or something like that, which would be more than suffice. And this does support Bluetooth. You can put Bluetooth. I'm sorry, my mind's kind of foggy today. Bluetooth remotes and of that sort. So I mean, I would go for this board. I've had really no issues with it. I would like to try a Raspberry Pi though, but this is fine for now. I'm happy with this. So like I said, in advance, I'm sorry if this snaps too hard or anything. Yeah, that's kind of loud. So what I have on top of here, this was an old, I had like a little multi-tool carry case here. I just hot glued it to here. So that way I could use it for my USBs, which I thought, hey, that's a pretty good idea. You know, to go, on the go. If I want to take it to someone's house, I can take it. Now, I do want to cover a few points. When you do get this, there is no, there won't be no card to come with it. Okay, there's no card. You have to supply your own micro USB card or micro SD card, not USB card, USD card, micro SD card. You will also need a power supply. You can order their own, or what I found to do is to get like a universal, which works good for me. It works off of 5 volt. Okay, you need 5 volt 2 amp. So 5 volt 2000 milliamp, that'll work. So your cell phone will not work because it uses this barrel type. Because on the inside, I'm going to open up again. I'm sorry. Because this connector here, that is not what that's for. Okay, that is not for power. That's a no-no. That's not for power. That is for flashing the what do you call that? The EEMC, I think it's called. For like when you're putting in a new for like Android or something, I think. Which I've tried, like I said, I've tried Android. I got my stuff backwards here. Like I said, I've tried Android, and I never cared. I didn't care for it, so I went back to Armbian. A lot of this will be explained to you in other videos. I'm not the only video out there. Just go ahead and search for Orange Pi. They tell you not to get the image off of Orange Pi's site. You go to Armbian, I think it is, and get it off of their site. Which that's what I did. What else? Yeah, I mean, you can use so far what I've used my PlayStation 3 controller. You can use PlayStation 4 controllers. You can use Xbox 360, Xbox One controllers. Just about any plug and play controller you can probably think of, as long as you can map it and everything, it should be fine. It's pretty much, like I said, it's open source. It's these boards are open source. Like if you're wanting to build like a 3D printer, or you're wanting to just use it for different projects, that's what they're good for. I mean, they're cheap, they're powerful. It's also it has a desktop on it, which it's not going to replace your everyday computer. I mean, unless all you do is check email and just surf the web a little bit. But for like writing, like like spreadsheets and stuff like that, and Microsoft Office, it's not going to do that. I mean, it can, but it's going to be really, it's just not built for that. So it's not going to replace your everyday computer. But with that said, I mean, for what it's worth, it's going to pay for itself as soon as you start like with coding and everything, and you start downloading your ROMs and all that. It's going to pay for itself tenfold within a small amount of time. But yeah, what I would do when you first if you get like a case, try to find the cheapest case you can find. Try and make your own. Or if you want to get the case off the sites, off of eBay, you could do that too, because they got like translucent cases, which are pretty cool. Which I thought I'd do one too. I thought I'd get like a translucent case and putting some LEDs in and stuff. That might be later on, once I start getting some money coming in. I might build this up a little more. I might even get another one. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I'll have another video coming up on this. I'm not sure when. Another thing, coming up this month, within the next couple weeks, around Father's Day weekend, July 17th and 18th, there's going to be an air show out here at the Youngstown Air Base, where I live in Ohio. So there's going to be an air show, big air show, and they're going to have the Air Force Thunderbirds, which I have seen them before, and they are spectacular. I want to get them back on video because I did them before. And I couldn't find a DVD because I have a small DVD camcorder, and I could not find it. And I had the same camcorder this time. I'm going back out there this time to do it, and I'm posting it on here so you guys can see it because they are freaking awesome. I don't think they get enough love. Thunderbirds, I mean the other ones, I forget their names now. But the Thunderbirds, and you know, they are they are spectacular. Um, they just don't get enough love. Um, but it's going to be. Cause I went out there that one year and it was raining, and I mean I came back and my ears were ringing. I mean they did like low flying and just whizzing by. And it was just like, man, it was crazy. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have that video out too. Um, so that's coming up. So yeah, I'm gonna do another dedicated video to this. Um, I want to show you running some emulation from like the only ones I have really set up is for Super Nintendo and the Atari 2600. So you might not get a lot of emulation play from it, but I'm going to show you what it does, what it can do, and what it's possible of doing. Because it's got some emulators already set up on it. It just doesn't have the ROMs. But I do want to get a different build on it because I want to try to get like track mode and stuff on it. And later on, I want to see if I can hook up a full-sized hard drive on it. Get like 160 gig or something on it, or maybe 200 gig or whatever I could fit on it. So I have a couple hard drives laying around, and I was like, might as well do something with them. But yeah, this it's been almost a 20-minute video. I think I'm going to end it here, guys. So like I said, I'm sorry about this kind of a setup right now. This is like a test setup. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I'll probably be using my camcorder, because right now I'm using a web camera right now, and of course I'm using this is like for a PlayStation. This is my headset for my PlayStation. So later on I'm going to try, as soon as I get this straightened out. Right now I'm using I think it's Ubuntu. I'm not sure of the version, but hopefully everything works okay. So if everything's working okay, then I'm going to go back to my original way of doing things with my camcorder, and I'm going to be right back to the way I was, hopefully posting videos again. Hopefully regularly, maybe. Cross my fingers. So, okay, guys, I'm going to end it here. So everybody take care, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.